Well, happy Tuesday. It's time for this week's video. Get ready. Okay, today I want to read a quote, and I want to thank a certain gospel revolutionary for posting this. They posted it on the Friends of Mike Williams and the Gospel Revolution Facebook group. He quotes Albert Einstein. He says, Albert Einstein said, "Reality is a mere illusion, albeit a very persistent one." And Einstein also said, "Morality is of the highest importance, but for us, not for God." Einstein was pretty smart. A few weeks ago, I spoke about morality and how that in itself, it is an illusion in itself to think that you cannot be moral without the Old Testament commandments that are basically in the law of Moses. And that is delusional. And I pointed out that for the most of the history of that Bible, many great men who did great things with God did not have those commandments. Yet they demonstrated morality. Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, and many others. It is a foolish position to take to think that the commandments ever caused us to be moral. And so, and here Einstein is saying that it is an important issue for us. Yes, morality is an important issue for us, but not for God. I found that God operates from a much greater perspective, and our illusion of our small perspective and trying to judge God according to our little illusion of reality is a foolish thing to do. But when I came to understand the gospel years ago, and I started accepting all others without judging them according to my religious standards, and realizing we are all equal, I started learning what true love was. And one thing I discovered about true love is love breaks all rules. And I've said it many times, love breaks all rules. And God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. True. And yet there are people who will get on a moral soapbox and say they refuse to believe in the God of the Bible or God at all because God demanded that Jesus, His own Son, die. And that's just immoral. But love, like I said, I have found it breaks all rules. And God so loved the world, before the foundations of the world, He knew He was going to love all these souls that He was about to put into being. And from before the foundations of the world, before the first human being came into existence, Jesus Himself knew He was going to give His life for us. And He was going to take it back up again. He's definitely breaking some rules there. But like Paul said, no greater love has a man than to lay down his life for another. Technically, that's suicide. That's murdering yourself. But that love will break that rule. Now, multiply that by infinity and look at God's perspective. And the God of the Old Testament was coming from a very, very different perspective. All the way from the time of Adam. Some of the things you might be critical about, in God's eyes, this was only temporary. And in the end, He was going to have mercy upon all, upon everyone who ever lived, and justify them to to resurrection of life. It's revolutionary, I know, but yes, even God breaks the rules. Have a revolutionary week.